Am I the asshole for kicking my brother out when he came to see his wife? I 26 have 2 sisters and 1 brother. He's 7 years older. I don't have a good relationship with him because of what he did to our younger sister. My younger sister left when she was 19 and I haven't seen her ever since. However, I have a good relationship with his wife. She's a very nice and generous young lady. I don't get involved in her issues with my brother and I don't judge her for being with him although he has issues. The two have their share of arguments. His wife had issues and miscarried twice before. She got pregnant again and made it to her 2nd trimester. My brother was happy and looked at ease and calmer than usual. This was the family's first baby boy. My older sister has 1 daughter. Unfortunately, his wife miscarried on her 5th month. It was devastating for her. But my brother argued with her for days and told the family it was her adult for working, which is wrong. She came to my house last Tuesday with her bags asking if she could stay for a few days because she got into an argument with my brother. She was mess, she lost weight, she was crying, and was too tired to do anything. I cooked for her and I made arrangement with a therapist to help her. She doesn't reply to my brother's calls and texts. She says she doesn't want to see him for now for her health. She repeatedly asked me to respect her wish and not pressure her to see him, but I'd never do that. He came to my house wanting to see her. I told him I'm no contact with him, so he has no right to come inside. He said he was there for his wife. I told him she didn't want to talk to him. He lashed out telling me to mind my business and not get involved. I told him she said that and he said I lied. He demanded I let him come in but I refused. We started arguing. And his voice was getting loud because he was yelling at me and calling me names. I got so mad I told him to leave or I'll call the police. He left then when my mom heard. She berated me along with my sister and the rest of family, saying it's not my business to get involved between my brother and his wife. Much less try to drive a wedge between them. They said I had no right to stop him from seeing his wife and that I was in my sister-in-law's ear badmouthing my brother out of hate and pity. I told them I'm just trying to help out and support my sil, but they said that I'm being harsh on my brother and punishing him for years because of something my younger sister did. Not the asshole. Your sil said she didn't want to talk to him. You respected her wishes. He sounds like an absolute asshole, and you should absolutely call the police if he comes back. The rest of your family sound like assholes, too, and you would be within your rights to go NC. What did he do to your sister? Your family needs to get their noses out of it, and your brother needs to learn to not be a massive asshole and respect your SIL's boundaries. Not the asshole, no offense, but your brother is an egomaniac who should not be having kids, let alone be married. He made it your business when he drove her away to seek support. You are not interfering with their marriage, she came to you. Not the asshole. 2 reasons. 1. Your sil didn't want to see him and you're respecting that. 2. It's your house. If you don't want your brother coming in, that's your decision, not you family's. Not the asshole. Your family clearly mix up other problems in this case. Your brother's wife asked you if she can stay so she can get some space from your brother. This is her only safe space right now. Letting your brother in would take her last safe place. You die everything right. Even the therapist appointments. You do all the right things you can and your fam is just brain dead for badmouthing you. Do not get confused because of them. You are a good person and a good friend to your brother's wife. NTA, your family has coddled this behavior and looked the other way too much. Bet they would blame his wife for leaving him after they argued constantly and said she never tried or something along those lines. You did the right thing here and shouldn't feel bad for getting in the middle of this drama, especially when your sister-in-law seems severely distressed over everything and just needs time to right herself. Not the asshole. You absolutely have the right to get involved. Your sil asked you to get involved. She made her wishes clear and you respected and enforced those wishes. Maybe your mother needs to take a long hard look at how she is responding to this situation, and maybe she will find out why her son is the way he is. Not the asshole. It became your business when she showed up and asked for your help and support. Not the asshole. Don't discuss the situation with the rest of the enablers. Say clearly, I'm not discussing this, and block them if they persist. You're a wonderful person and deserve all the credit for helping your sil. Have you tried SM to try to locate your younger sister? Would any of her friends still be in contact with her? I hope you were able to get in touch with her. NTA. This is messed up, poor lady. Not the asshole. You are doing right by your sil by respecting her wishes and right by yourself by limiting your contact with him. Stay strong. You're doing the right thing. Not the asshole. Your Sil ran away from him because of his verbal abuse. You protecting her in her hour of need is exactly what you should be doing. I'm sorry he's doing all those things to you both, and your youngest sister, and I sincerely hope you all find your way away from him. Not the asshole. Your Sil sought you out to get away from your brother. You did the right thing when you refused to allow him in your home. Let me guess, either evangelicals or Bible fanatics. I'd say it's trespassing if your brother physically demands to be let in. If it's your home, you should have the right and last say on the property. It's a very difficult situation to lose a child, and there is a high risk for depression with the not mum. She should focus on herself and try to eliminate bad influences. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Good for you for being there for your Sil. She's your family, too, and she needs support. That poor woman. Your Sil is lucky to have you. You should take much pride in being there for her the way you are. Honestly, well done, and your mum on the other side should be ashamed for enabling your brother's horrible behavior. Not the asshole. Your brother is very much so. Jesus. They're right, it's often best to stay out of other people's relationships barring abuse or infidelity. But you did stay out of it. She came to you for a place to feel safe, and as a loving family member you respected that. You have every right to not allow him in your house when he's being erratic or you don't want him there. You're not telling either of them what to do in the relationship, just honoring her request to take shelter, and telling him he's not welcome in your house. It's her choice entirely to avoid him and ignore his calls. She's an adult, and he does not have a right to see or talk to an adult who doesn't want to see or talk to him. Thank you for being an ally to someone in need. Not the asshole. If the Sil is losing weight from being under so much stress, it's possible that the miscarriages from before were caused by that stress. Being pregnant is already stressful on the body, and if even more stress is put on it, it'll miscarriage to save the mother. If your brother has been stressing her out behind closed doors, then he could very well be the problem. He sounds like a real piece of work and really needs to work on himself if he ever plans on being a father. I'm trying to read between the lines here. So just to be clear, your older brother raped your sister, half his age, abuses his wife to the point of malnutrition, and the rest of your family thinks you're at fault. Permanently remove him from your life, and explain to the rest of your family they're on thin ice. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Call the police next time he shows up banging on your door and making demands like he pays the bills. Don't even open the door till they arrive and tell them he's trespassing. Just because she's his wife doesn't mean she has to talk to him when he wants to. I'm so happy though to hear that you're talking therapy with her. She will need a supportive circle. When it's your property you have every right. And she came to you and asked you not to let him in, thus you did not interfere. If you had let him in, then you would have been interfering. Your family are real pieces of work. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I hope she gets away from your brother. His behavior is dangerous and abusive, and he's the type who really shouldn't be a parent if he blames her for the miscarriage. Yikes. You are a hero. You do have a right. She came to your house asking for your help. As long as she's under your care, you do what you feel is right. If they don't like it, tough titty. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your Sil involved you by asking you to step between him, coming to your house to stay and asking you to prevent your brother from talking to her until she is ready. She doesn't want to talk to him, so your mother has no right to interfere in her decision. She should be respecting her DIL's wishes and enforcing that against her son. She should be expecting better from him. Not the asshole. You stood up for your Sil. Your brother sounds like bully who always gets his own way. Can you get a private investigator to find your sister? It would hopefully show her you care. Not the asshole. I read your comment about what he did to your sister as well, and that's awful. Your brother sounds abusive and controlling, and I don't know your Sil's personally or medical issues, but I feel like her 3 miscarries may have been brought on by your brother's treatment of them. Your family is in the wrong as well, and I can't understand why they sided with him over their own daughter, and are now encouraging more abuse from your brother to his wife. I hope she decides to leave him and do what's best for herself. Info. What did he do to your sister? I think this would have some bearing on why his wife needs to be sheltered. Not the asshole. It's your house. You choose who is welcome and who is not. Sister-in-law knows that your brother is not welcome in your house, which I'm sure one of the reasons why she went to stay with you. She knew you wouldn't let him bully you into forcing her to talk to him. If she would have wanted to talk to him, then she would have come out. It's as simple as that. Not the asshole. You made the right call. The rest of your family should stop acting like your brother must always have whatever he wants. Sil does not want to see him, which comes before his wishes. Not the asshole. He sounds like a abusive, controlling asshole and she's scared. I would have no hesitation to play the bad guy in this situation if it meant protecting her. He already has history of controlling behavior with your younger sister. I would block numbers and call the cops if he showed up again. Your brother is a horrible human being. He doesn't own his wife and his behavior has no excuse. The fact that he also did horrible things to your sister is evidence for that. Your parents should be ashamed for taking his side. He is just a bully and never let him into your life. Some people are a lost cause. Also, this is a good opportunity to cut contact with your awful parents, spineless people that make excuses about your brother's behavior. Do they even care about your lost sister? You weren't able to save your sister, but you can save your sil from that monster that tried to blame a grieving woman. I would advise to involve the police in the future. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'm wondering if your brother isn't abusing his wife, and for your younger sister, have you ever thought of using a private investigator to try and find her? Not the asshole. Your dill came to you for help. Sil also asked to not allow him in. You were abiding by her wishes and needs at the time. Your bro needs to back off. Your mother can keep her nose out of it too. I'm glad your sil has you op. You seem to be the only one to actually care about her health, both mental and physical. And she obviously feels safe with you. You are not the asshole here. Not the asshole. You were respecting her boundaries. She said she didn't want to see him. She'll talk to him when she's ready and not a moment earlier. You're not driving a wedge between them by respecting your sil. Not the asshole. His wife is not a possession. She chose to be at your house, and doesn't want to see him. There is no reason he has any right to demand access to your house. You sound like a good sil, and your brother sounds horrible. Not the asshole. Given the context of not only your sil but your younger sister, your brother sounds incredibly egocentric and, at the very least, an emotional abuser. I know what I'm suggesting is easier said than done, but you may want to seriously consider talking to your sil more about possibly leaving the relationship and getting to a safe place. Lord know what else he says to her from behind closed doors. Also, is there any way you could hire a pie to find your sister? I just feel so bad for her. She was so young and may not have realized he'd brother's deceit and lies at the time. I would also cut your bro and mom out honestly. You are your own people, he doesn't own or control any of you. Not the asshole at all. Tell your sil she needs to divorce him. He is verbally abusive and it will never stop. Not the asshole. You don't have to let anyone in your house. It doesn't matter why. If he wanted to talk to his wife, he needed to find another way other than demand that you let him in your house. Not the asshole. Sounds like your family loves to blame the women in the family for all their problems. You keep being a good person and don't worry about them. She's married to him, but she isn't his property. Not the asshole. And #X200B. Sounds more like protecting a potential domestic violence victim from a potential abuser from here. Not the asshole. The fact that she came to you, is not responding to calls or texts, and did not come to the door showed she does not want contact. For some reason, it sounds to me like he was physical with her. It sounds like abuse. He doesn't understand, no, and what's worse, your family is enabling it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't get involved, or not your business, is code for let him abuse her, but don't make a fuss because it's embarrassing. Fuck that noise. Not the asshole. He has no right whatsoever to enter your house if you don't want him in there. It's your house, and you are perfectly within your moral and legal rights to stop him from coming in. And if Sil wanted to see him, she could go outside or meet him somewhere else. It sounds like she didn't want to see him at best, and was scared of him at worst. You protected her and gave her a safe place and the space she needed. Kudos to you for standing your ground. Not the asshole. What you're doing for your Sil is a wonderful thing. That's probably why she went to you and not another member of your family. She knew she could be safe with you and you should be damn proud to provide that. Not the asshole. Your Sil came to you for help and you did exactly that. Everyone telling you to stay out of it should take their own advice. Not the asshole. But I'm deeply curious about what happened with the younger sister. Am I the only one? Not the asshole. She went to you because she trusts you. Good on you for respecting her requests to not see your brother. Your brother and mom sound awful. What kind of man berates his wife for having a miscarriage? Disgusting. Not the asshole. Based on stories past and present, it sounds like your brother wants to be in control of every situation, and if he can't control it he does his best to blow it up. You gave your Sil a safe place to heal and recover. while your brother was telling her the miscarriage was her fault. Sounds to me like you're a good person. Your Sil is being abused and you're the only one protecting her. Not the asshole, and I'm so sorry you're not getting support. Your family is all toxic.